Hello and welcome to Shirlay's Shenanigans, where the motto is drinking and not thinking. And I'm here today with my lovely guest, the Elena Davis.
Hello, Shirlay.
She's a little crazier than I am, so I have to say beware to those listeners. I started this podcast to open up my world of craziness. And today, I think we need to talk about that craziness a little bit. And Elena's like totally the perfect guest to talk to about that craziness. And my girl here, I met her, 10 years ago?
Oh, God, yeah.
At least, maybe 12, 13, 14. Every day blends in our world because we're just us.
Yeah.
And I met her and I said, oh, my God. This chick is crazier than me, which is hard to beat. And she probably one of the funniest people I know in life, larger than life, beat cancer, still is battling, and I love her to pieces. Whoop, whoop. And that's why we live every day large, right, baby?
It is true, but I do think the fact that you met me and thought I was crazier than you is a little bit of a myth because the day I met you was a day that a bunch of you and your friends who played racket sports together were having your end of season party. And you went to the private school across the street where some of you were actual parents of students at that school.
Maybe.
And you did body soccer with those huge body soccer balls.
Yes.
And all of the kids at gym, so here's these women, these most of them were pretty, all banging around the soccer field together in these massive soccer fields during a school day. So all the kids that are outside with a gym are watching some of the parents that they know and have partied at the parents' houses banging around each other with soccer balls and drinking champagne at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Amen.
That is the day I met Shirley. I joined you girls for lunch afterwards, and and then I think we joined at lunch at 6, and you and I left at 7 p.m. that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is a normal day. Normal day. So we forgot to start off our podcast. So in the beginning of every podcast, I want to promote or denote a beverage because the motto is drinking, not thinking. And
I'm down with it.
How would you say this? Faux pas?
Faux pas.
Faux pas. I always want to say the S because phonetically I want to say that that's how you pronounce it. So we're going to take a sample of this. It is a lemon and mint vodka soda.
And phonetics are not really strong.
Yeah, I have shitly bonics, and that blends. Anybody that knows me knows I suck at the English language.
We call them strobonics.
Strobonics. Yeah, I suck. All right.
Cheers, friends.
Cheers. Let's see.
You know what I would have that?
Huh.
Sitting next to the pool on a warm summer day.
Vodka with sparkling water and natural flavors.
And
I thought it said belches and it says betches. What's betches? Oh, cheers, betches. Wait a minute. Cheers, betches.
Wait, now I got to get my glasses. Hold,
Cheers,
please.
Wait,
where?
It's not bitches, it's betches.
Cheers, betches. Wonder why it's betches. This refreshing vodka soda contains secondary flavors, hints of rage texting the ex who ghosted you, add a layer of complexity.
Well, that's us. We're very complex.
This is for the ladies.
This is for the ladies.
All the single ladies. Okay, done with that one.
Cheers, betches.
Cheers, betches.
Cheers, betches.
Cheers, betches. Oh, geez, I missed my mouth.
All right, I'm going to say that's a go. I like it. So, cheers
refreshing.
to faux pas.
You know,
I always want to say pause, but cheers to faux pas.
It's not as fuzzy as
no, it's
seltzers.
not. It's not as seltzery.
No, which is good for me.
So if you don't
I
like a seltzer, this is your go.
Yeah,
this is your go, and I'm liking it. I don't even like those
seltzers.
Chuck likes the High Noons and all them.
Yeah.
But I like these. I would totally, if I had to drink a by the shore drink, this is what it's going to be.
By the shore.
By the shore.
That's the beach to those of you out there.
All right, so getting back to our crazy meetings and how I met Miss Elena. Well, now there's a T in that name.
Or Alana Davis, as Siri calls me. Alana Davis. Calling Alana Davis.
The idea of our episode is to talk about how certifiably nuts we possibly are, or maybe possibly aren't. Maybe it's not our fault. Maybe it's our upbringing. But
good decisions, bad decisions.
It's a toss. I just think maybe it's the environment.
Did you just toss your boobs?
Maybe I did.
You said it's a toss. And
it's a toss.
Tossed your tits, did you? Toss your tits.
Tossing the tits.
Chuck! Okay.
All right. So we're going to start off with maybe a couple or two antidotes of, or is that how you say it?
Antidotes? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of storylines.
Just don't try and say it in a text because you'll fuck it up.
Yeah,
mess it up.
Will
Sorry.
Fuck it up.
Sorry to mess it up.
It's okay.
Okay.
Elena has a couple funny stories. I have a couple funny stories. We're going to hit off with that, and we're going to then explain why we're so screwed.
I've got a lot of funny stories just because I have been at a lot of fun places in life, but stories that are a little bit more about being too crazy about shit is reminds me of one day, we opened a local coffee shop, and I was working at the local coffee shop, and then I had to go to a baby shower. And of course, before any baby shower, I offered to get the booze because what do you need at a baby shower? You need the booze. So I had to go to the liquor store and get the vodka. And the liquor store was a Sunday. So who doesn't drink booze from the liquor store on a Sunday at the baby shower?
And FYI, Pennsylvania's liquor stores aren't open on Sunday.
No, they're open at noon.
Oh, at noon. Laws have changed since I bought liquor. I only drink beer.
You do like your beer.
I love my beer. Love my beer.
And your faux pas. And now your faux pas.
I do like my faux pas.
You'll be going to the liquor store a lot more often.
Yes.
So anywho's, so I'm on deck to get the booze for the baby shower. But the liquor store doesn't open till noon, and it's like 11:30. So in everything I do, I try and shove like 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag. So I'm driving from my little coffee house, and I drive by the nail salon. I'm like, I can get my eyebrows done really, really quickly. I can get my eyebrows done. So I beer lift, and I pull in a parking lot at Rita's Ice Cream. What do you guys call it? Water ice up here? Water ice?
Water.
I'm not from
ice.
the region. I'm not from the region, but I do like me a water ice. I whip into Rita's, which is around the corner from my house, and I put my car, I jump out of my car, and I run in, and I get my eyebrows waxed, and I'm like, now I can go to the booze store, and I got something accomplished, and I can get to the baby shower, and life is on track.
And look freaking good.
And look good with a little bit of redness, but that's okay. Up there. And then I walk out, and I'm like, where is my car? I'll tell you, so the nail salon's right down the street from my little coffee shop, and my kids think my whole family thinks I'm a horrific driver. And oftentimes they have hid, and I leave my keys in the car. Side note, if you're looking for a good car.
She always leaves her keys in the car.
So I'm like, those little shitheads are trying to teach me a lesson, so they moved my car. So I start looking around, they always move my car. My husband or my kids, and I'm looking around. I'm like, where the fuck? And I look down, the parking lot of Rita's has a little bit of a slope. It's flat and then a slope. And I look down the slope, and I'm like, oh, there's my car. And it's in the woods with a tree coming out of the sunroof and a tree going through the window. And I walk down, and I'm like, how in the hell did that happen? Well, I forgot to put it in park. So I leave a note because I don't want to be late for the baby shower. So I leave a note on the car, and I leave a note at Rita's and say, hey, it's Elena. I own the little coffee shop down the street. I'll be back to take care of this. Had to go to a baby shower. And I go to the baby shower, and, I'm having a great time. I'm with all the girls in the neighborhood, and my husband walks in, and everyone knows my husband, and he's like, Elena, what the fuck? And I'm like, what, honey? Actually kind of forgot. And he's like, your car is in the woods down at Rita's. The police just called me. And I'm like, oh,
Do you own this car? I don't know why.
And of course I know all the police because that's some other funny stories. I'll tell you that one in a second. But I'm like, oh, yeah, I left them a note. Then they get the note. And he's like, Nobody cares about a note that you left. Your car is sitting in the woods with a tree coming out of the sunroof. So he wasn't really happy about that. But we got it all taken care of. Then I begged the guy to total it, so I got a new car out of it. So win-win as far as I'm concerned. But real quick, Cheryl. Let me touch on why the police know me, because this just reminded me of yet another story.
I think they know her before this incident,
Yes.
FYI.
We live in a very, very small community, and we have a great police force. And the first time I met the sergeant of the police force, hence probably 10 years before this, hence I have a lot of experience, he knocks on my door at 5:30 a.m. and my husband's golfing at a golf weekend. And
Typical
golf drop. And my two kids are like sleeping in the bed with me. That's how young they are. I think they were 18 and 7. I'm just kidding. They were like they were like 3 and 6, whatever. So I come down the stairs in my robe and I've got JBF hair for some reason because I was probably
I'm sorry, which JBF hair?
just been fucked, although I wasn't because I was sleeping with my kids.
Thank you for clarifying.
But I have JBF hair all over the place. Probably because I was rolling around taking care of these kids all night. And I see a police officer and I kind of panic because I'm like, shit, my husband's away. Why are the police here at 5 a.m.? And I open the door and he's like, hello, ma'am. And I said, hello, is everything all right? And he said, yeah, did you leave your car like that? And I look over at my, brown shit minivan at the time. And I'm like, Both side doors are open. The trunk's open. Everything's wide open. Someone had broken into it. I had carried my little kid in my arms, so I didn't have a time to carry everything in. There goes my product bag. There goes my laptop. All of it's stolen out of my car. That's how I met him the first time. Then I met him a couple other times.
I'm sure you did.
A couple other times, parades and fun little family things like that.
Liar.
Then I moved to San Francisco in 2016, and I moved back. And we're staying at this beautiful property for 2 months, waiting for our house that we just bought to close. And the fire alarm in this house that we purchased goes off, and it's a beautiful home, and it's buried deep down in a driveway, like far off the road. And the fire alarm's going off, and everything's going crazy, and all this is happening, and the doorbell rings, and we open the door, and who's standing there but the same officer that I've become friends with?
I think he likes you.
Well, he says to me, Jesus Christ, didn't we get the fuck rid of you to the West Coast? He had no idea I'd come back. So there's a couple bit of Elena-isms as it relates to the police.
Isms. She's got a lot of
Isms.
Well, as
over to you, Cheryl. You tell yours.
A lot of my listeners know I love my beer. I don't go anywhere without my beer. I physically, what they call is my church bag. You know why it's called a church bag? Because the only place I'm not drinking is in church. Lord, I apologize, but that's the truth. On some days.
But you take the shooter of wine during.
You never know. I may if it's a
during
late
communion.
Service. Oh, I don't know. What are they sharing with that? I mean, but if they had something, I would sure as shit and take.
sure shit.
So I take my church bag, a.k.a. my self-insulated beer bag.
Perfect.
But we call it the church bag. Incognito, but everybody knows. Everywhere I go, I'm carrying my church bag. So I take this shit everywhere. And it brings me blessings. It's like my little love. So anywhere I go, I do this. And
praise be to the Lord.
So, needless to say, I'm always drinking. So, getting back to one of my funniest stories, or I don't know, recently, 3 months ago. So, we went to Nashville.
Nash Bash.
That's all I need to say. That's all I need to say is Nashville. Everybody that's been in Nashville knows it is a drink fest. Nonstop drinking. Motto, drinking, not thinking. Well, I took this to the extreme. So
Again,
for the gazillionth time, I get up, get dressed. We're trying to get an 11:30 flight. Never get an 11:30 flight on a Sunday morning. You can only be at this place for freaking 48 hours. That is it. Hands down, 48 hours. 11 o'clock flight, 11:30, doesn't matter. It was nothing. It was just horrible. I didn't even know an ounce of time there. I'm surprised I was even dressed. I need a lot of makeup, and I don't even think I had a stitch of makeup on.
Girl, don't go nowhere without her face. Nowhere without her face. Let me tell you.
I need a face. So we get on the plane, totally pass out in the seat. Chuck's passed out. That's my husband. And we get to Philly. I'm walking, and I'm trying to find our parking ticket.
Wally parking.
Well, I look inside my big satchel because you only bring a satchel to freaking.
Was it your church bag?
I wanted to bring the church bag, and Chuck's like, you can't bring the church bag to Nashville. I think we can afford Nashville without the church bag. So I look to find my wallet. My wallet's M-freaking-I-A. I look over.
Where'd you leave it? In Nashi. Where? Do you even know?
I look over at Chuck. I said, you're going to kill me. You're going to kill me. And he goes, what the fuck did you do now? And I said,
and Chuck's a very nice guy, by the way.
Is in the safe at Nashville.
In the safe in the hotel?
The safe in the hotel. And he goes like this, I'm gonna and he like runs away from me. I didn't even care where he went. I was on the phone. I'm like, oh my God, who's still there? Who can grab my wallet? And I had every credit card you know to man in my freaking wallet.
And the Wally parking ticket. Wally for the wallet. Wally for the wallet.
I could not.
Wally for the wallet.
We totally insane. I don't know. I think maybe I had something on my phone. But he goes, that's typical.
That's Shirlay.
Drinking.
Shenanigans.
And not thinking.
I've lost my wallet a few times. Yeah. One of the times was when my car, when the cop came and and then I've had some big losses. I'm not really good at keeping up with shit. Like when I'm out, I'm out.
You're out. You don't care. You don't give a shit.
No.
You're out to have fun and
I'm too trusting. I'm really trusting.
You worry about the consequences tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because tonight is tonight.
Tonight is tonight. Woo!
That was good, babe.
Yeah, I like that.
Start a band.
I like that. Yeah, band camp. One time at band camp.
How'd
Do you
that
know
go?
that one? I stuck my flute in my.
Yeah, what?
Do you know that?
No.
It's from American Pie.
Oh, American Pie.
Yeah. The one girl goes, she's boring, and she talks about band camp the entire movie.
Because they're.
And then at the party, she's like, yeah, and one time at band camp, I stuck my flute in my pussy. And it blows everyone away.
Was her foot or her food?
Oh, flute.
Her flute.
She was in band camp.
Oh, well, she needed to be.
Is the flute this way or is the flute this way?
No, the flute's this way.
I only know this. I think you only know the skin flute.
Oh, my God.
You only have experience. Do you play the skin flute, Cheryl?
Wait a minute. Did her hoo-ha's hum?
Okay. All right. Enough. All right. So, are we crazy or do we just make bad decisions? Or is it from our upbringing? Or is it a gene? Is it genetic? Like cilantro?
I think it's genetic.
I fucking hate cilantro, and that's a genetic thing. Do you know that?
Because some people say they taste like bugs.
Dirty soap.
Dirty soap.
Yeah.
And some people say.
And it's literally genetic.
So
it is. So I have to lie at restaurants and say I'm allergic because people don't want to hear I don't like it. They're like, oh, there's just a little in it. I still don't like it. Yeah. It's like if you put a piece of dog shit in a pot of spaghetti and said, but there's just a little bit of it. Are you going to eat the pot of spaghetti?
Right.
No.
Well, I think it dominates the taste. So does rosemary. So does thyme.
Yeah, but literally it tastes like dirty soap to some people. Do you know what else is genetic? Asparagus pea.
Don't even talk about asparagus pea.
Do you have asparagus pea?
Oh, I can't even take that smell. I love asparagus. If you pea asparagus, I can't. I want to hurl.
That's a gene in your nose, not even in your.
Everybody has that asparagus pea.
Nope.
Everybody has
genetic in your nose. I will Google it after this.
All right, no. I'm calling bullshit. You need to Google this. Is all asparagus pea smell like
is asparagus
horrible?
Pea genetic?
Okay, she's Googling it.
Watch out, Google. Here, I'm going to talk to
That's
Google.
like saying, okay, I'm going to call that probably.
Ability to smell asparagus pea is driven by genetic variations.
What is that?
Suck it, Cheryl.
What is that? Light hair and blue eyes that can smell that? What do we have more?
Let me tell you, the carpet does not match the drapes. So I'm not light haired and blue eyed, and I still have it. Very interesting. Very.
No, getting back to this. So, not everybody can smell their asparagus pea?
No, not everybody has it.
Oh my God, I want to throw up. How does that? That's not probable.
But do you still eat asparagus?
No more. I can't take it.
Even though it's so tasty?
It's so tasty.
Can't you just hold your nose when you pee?
Nope, not happening.
Why? I just went to your bathroom.
I drink a lot of beer, so therefore I pee more.
Yeah, but I just went to your bathroom, and there is the strongest.
Did you smell asparagus?
No, I smelled like one of those plugins.
Well,
I mean that
obviously.
one's strong. That one's strong. It would take care of any asparagus pee in a heartbeat.
Takes care of Chuck Stumps.
Chucky's poo-poos. Chucky's poo-poos. Chucky's too cute to dump.
You know what my pet peeve is, food-wise, is Brussels sprouts.
You don't like them?
Oh, I love them.
But the smell?
No, it's what it does to your tutus and shoes.
I don't know what it does. I don't know
honey,
I don't know if I need to know.
You eat a Brussels sprouts in 10 minutes or 15 minutes later, that's blending in some toxic release out of your buttocks.
Well, then it's probably good for you because it's getting.
You don't have that same effect?
Not that I recall, but I will have.
Do you poop every day?
Multiple times.
Okay, well then you should have the same effect.
Well, I'll have Brussels sprouts. I'll have the. Woo! Wait, tomorrow for dinner?
No, don't do it.
Asparagus, a roasted chicken that's in my fridge, asparagus and Brussels sprouts, and I'm gonna have a potty party.
No, I am not going to Elena's house tomorrow.
Party.
It's pee and poop party.
Potty.
It's a pee
I'm
party.
gonna have a potty.
Pee and poop.
Potty.
Oh my God.
Potty
No,
potty.
That is toxic waste coming out of somebody's a-hole.
But it's cleaning out your toxins. Okay, let's switch.
Okay,
New topic.
got it.
I don't know.
Okay.
You.
All right.
Keep us on track, Cheryl.
Keep us on track. So I went to CVS. What was it, last week? I'm on a lot of drugs, obviously, because I drink a lot and I got a lot of high blood pressure issues, which, note to self, don't do what I do.
Just to defend my friend, she does drink a lot, but
it's not hard. It's just an abundance of beer, and I love my beer, and I'm not going to be shy about it. It's what it is.
We're not asking permission.
I don't give a shit. So, at any rate, I go to the counter and I said, I'm here to pick up 4 scripts, and I said I would really love if the 8 of my scripts, yes, I'm on 8 scripts, shut up, people, that they would all be ready in time. And I said, be giving me all these reminders that my scripts are ready. And I missed the pickup. So she goes over to a little computer thingy and says, no, we have nothing for you. I'm like, I'm calling bullshit because, yes, you do. And
you have 85,000 texts from them, don't you?
85,000.
CVS sends as many texts
and they send it
as
at
their receipt is.
5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
5 o'clock in the morning. You have 4 scripts, and
Yet they're so technically savvy.
Yes.
That they text you 800 times at 5 in the morning, but they can't get rid of 75 pages of a receipt and save the environment.
Let's kill a tree.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, I don't want $2 off the next time. Like, I don't want tampons. I've had menopause. I'm done.
Yeah.
Stop giving me 85 pages of tampon coupons.
Well,
just stop.
Maybe need the tampon.
Or wait, if you have 8 prescriptions, that's 8 bags.
Yeah.
That
Thank
15
you.
page.
Thank you.
15 page trifold.
Yes.
That they put clipped to the bags.
Yeah. But wait a minute. When they ask you, do you want a receipt? Do you say yes? Yes, you do.
Well, because I want to see what the coupons are.
You want to see what the damn coupons are.
And I just recently, like literally about 4 years ago, just figured out that $4 free shit.
Yeah.
I never knew. Like, I threw away receipts for years and I never knew that there was those
you
like
use
free money. Of course. Well, here's what I do. And then I'll turn back to your prescriptions.
No, it's like a love-hate CVS.
So I literally like, if it says, I've learned this. So if you're at the, face cream section and Neutrogena has $4 back. And so I buy the Neutrogena and I get the $4 back. And then I go over here and I have 8 of these. I will go to the counter and I will apologize to the people behind me, but I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm going to have 8 different transactions. Because I'll buy like, if I take them in my car, I'll lose them. Like I'll throw them away or lose them. So I'll buy like toilet paper with the Neutrogena and then I'll get the $4 back. So then I'll go to the next transaction and I'll pay for it. Then I'll go to and then here comes the 75-page receipt for that transaction. There's $2 more. And then I go to the next transaction. I pay for it. Then I buy my Diet Coke and I use the $2 that came up from the last one and I pay for it. And then 75 more pages comes. It's nonstop. I'm there for hours.
It's almost like being at the casino because I think Elena's addicted.
Well, wait. We need to talk about Cheryl at the casino at some point. Go ahead. Tell CVS. Sorry.
So I'm arguing with this girl. No, I'm telling you, these are my drugs. They're behind the counter. They're there. So just refill the script. I'll come back later today. And I said, I need this. I gotta live. So she goes over to the other computer and says, Ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Ma'am. I hate being called ma'am, just FYI. Somebody picked these scripts up February 14th. And I'm like,
who in the hell? Oh, wait, nobody in my house does anything but me.
I said, oh my God. I picked up them.
Whoopsie.
I said, and I slowly slunked away from the counter saying, so sorry.
Did you say, sorry, ma'am?
I would have, but she was like 18. I'm like, oh shit, I've totally effed that one up. Oh my God, this is where I'm losing my shit.
Yeah, your mind's gone.
No, it's totally gone.
It's gone.
Yeah.
It's not. It's literally like if I could. I don't do Sudoku or however you say it.
Sudoku.
That one.
Sudoku.
I need to start.
No, what is the proper?
Because what's going to happen when I'm
that?
like 75? I can't even keep my shit together like now.
I can't even do it. I forget when I go upstairs for something and you go back downstairs. You go back upstairs. You're like, what the freak did I come upstairs
like four
for?
times today. I'm like, Jesus Christ! I went upstairs to get this and I did 10 other things.
Yeah.
Because nobody else does anything in my house.
I have to do lists.
Yeah.
I have to. I can't. I don't remember.
I
anything.
set alarms on my phone. You should look at my alarms. It's like set alarm 4:00. Go to Shirley's.
Yeah.
Because I would forget what I was doing at 4:00.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know I have to be somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything. Call this. Do that. Yet I tell my husband like 85 things. He forgets everything.
So I think you techie people, I think we need an app for older age women, which I'm not going to say I'm older age because we're middle age.
I'm 20. I'm 25.
Liar.
In my brain.
That we need like something we could just go record into. What is that called?
Fucking Siri. It exists.
Wait a minute. Siri records what we need?
Yes.
Will Siri burp it back to me?
Watch. Siri, set an alarm for 3 minutes to tell Shirley she's crazy.
3 minutes.
In 3 minutes, tell
It's going to
Shirley
say
she's
crazy. All right.
This is how I run my life. I have to set an alarm for
All right.
everything. I mean, not going upstairs or downstairs 50 times, but yeah.
I know. So we became crazy. I really believe the way probably we were brought up. What do you think?
A lot of chaos.
A lot of chaos. No rhyme or reason of our. I love my parents. You love your parents.
Yeah.
But I don't think there was any sort of like structured Leave It to Beaver, Betty Cleaver moments in my life.
You know, I honestly like not to get too deep for a minute, but I think like my humor came from deflecting a lot of like uncomfortable situations. So I'd humor my way out of it when I wasn't smoking cigarettes at
Was that all you were smoking?
9.
In the boys' room?
I was. I mean, I used to have a paper route. My first big job in the neighborhood, and me and all my cronies in the neighborhood, I think I was 10, would do my Sunday morning paper route, and then we'd go to the open pantry. I grew up in Pittsburgh, so that's
What is open pantry?
Like
is that a
equivalent of
supermarket?
7-Eleven. The equivalent of 7-Eleven.
Okay.
And I would hand the guy the note that I wrote.
Did Indians own them back then?
No.
Okay.
No. Daughter feather.
Daughter feather? Okay. They were Indians. American.
That is Shirley. That is not. Those are the values of Shirley Purcell, not the values of Alana Davis.
Alana.
And I would give them the handwritten note from my dad for a pack of cigarettes that I forged at age 9.
Of course you did.
And he would have to read the note and look around. So, wow, we were doing this. This is not okay. I discouraged this from our listeners. My friends would be stealing little candy things. And then we'd
What are the candy things?
I don't know, whatever they
Just
get their
whatever they wanted. Yeah.
Whatever they could.
They were in the back of the store while you were giving the Ford
And there weren't
signature
mirrors,
thing.
and there weren't this, and I
Okay.
get the pack of smokes that we lied about, whatever. Then we'd go
What was your everybody smoked cigarettes in the 80s. What was your cigarette of choice?
Well,
was it Newport menthol lights?
It was not. It was my dad smoked Pall Malls without a filter.
With no filter.
And so I had to ask for those because they knew my dad.
Oh.
But then in the
damn.
magazines, they had
Damn.
these coupons for a free pack of More cigarettes, More. And they were long
I
and
remember
brown.
that.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
And my mom smoked Virginia Slims.
Remember
And so,
that?
yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah,
Remember
with
the thinny
holder.
minis? Yes.
Yep, the minis. Anyhow, so we would get one of those variations. We'd go down to the woods where we had a swing, and then everyone would dump out what they stole, and whoever stole the most got the kitty for the week. So you got to keep the kitty, like you got to keep all of the candy.
Oh, the
for
kitty.
that week. Like,
that's
kitty.
got to be a Pittsburgh thing. That
No,
is
isn't
not
a kitty like when you win poker, you just get the kitty? I mean, you're a gambler.
the pot.
Oh, guess what time it is? Tell Shirley she's crazy.
That's an alarm.
Well, I can set multiple things. I
No,
can do
I
reminders.
need somebody to audibly tell me what I wanted to say or do.
I'm like,
Okay, we need to work on that.
we'll
So go
work on
ahead.
it. Anyhow, so that was sort of like, because I was a latchkey kid, we would go find all of our own illegal
Fun.
and legal fun.
Yeah.
So like the craziness just started with us kids running around without a goddamn cell phone to look at every 5 seconds.
Yep. Amen
Getting
to
into
no
our
cell
own
phones.
trouble.
Yep. And
Our
we found
parents
it.
not
We
being
found
around.
it.
Parents weren't around. They loved us, but they wouldn't, come home when it's dark. See you later. We found it or we created it. I have a scar on my thumb right here. See that scar? From
A little
opening
bit, yeah.
a Molson Golden bottle when I was 10 years
You
old
didn't
at
do
the
it with your
swing.
teeth?
No, the Molson was the big mouth ones.
Yeah.
That had the thing.
Come
Yeah.
on, you use that mouth a lot when you're growing up. Come on, don't lie. She was very popular.
I thought you played the skin flute. Woo!
Rumors will be rumors.
Rumors had it. Yeah. So who knows what made all this shit happen in our lives? I was a bad kid, though.
Yeah, well, so was I. Oh my God, I have so many stories.
Give me
but-
one. Give me one.
Oh God, I used to have parties nonstop. My parents used to beg me because I was such a lawbreaker, but never got in trouble with the law. Never. I was the mastermind liar.
Excuse me. I gotta find wood. Knock on this faux wood.
That might be real wood.
All right, knock
But
on it.
anyway, I don't know. I mastered the art of lying.
I'm sure you mastered something. Hello, Mr. Bates.
I don't know how my parents. I think I was 16, and the day Pennsylvania, you can drive a car when you're 16. So
Wait, let's say where you grew up first.
okay,
Not the town.
outside of
Well, you can.
Philadelphia,
But on a
in
farm.
Bucks County. I grew up on a farm.
Yes.
Not a crop farm, an animal farm. Exotics. Insane.
Okay.
Insane childhood. So, needless to say, that was the farm life.
I think you just answered your own question about whether certifiable is from,
Oh
from
no,
your
I'm
youth or not.
certifiably insane. Certifiably. But we kind of had to just make our own life outside of the chaos of growing up on this crazy ass farm.
Yeah.
So, and needless to say, I'm 16 years old, and I needed my father or mother. My mother, she just worked incessantly, insane. She just was nonstop worker.
Fill her up.
Fill her up, baby. And I said to my father, I'm going down to get my license. And I said, can one of the employees take me to get my license? And he says, wait a minute. The day I turned 16, he says, you don't even know how to drive. And I said, get in. And he says, what do you mean? You know how to drive? I said, Dad, who do you think drives your drunk daughter around? Who do you think? I said, I've been driving since I'm 12.
Yep.
And that's what I did. And I said, get in. And I said, at least I need a parent. And he goes, Shirley, I'm very, very disappointed in you, but I'm very impressed. Wait a minute. So I literally had my license for about 3 or 4 weeks. And because they were so busy with the farm or whatever, they never paid attention to my lifestyle. I was barely ever home. I had one of these. We lived in a split level, so you could easily climb a tree on the side of my room
and get out
and climb in and out.
Yeah.
And my window, even if they were hypothetically maybe going to lock it, I knew how to get in.
Yeah.
I was the master breaker-inner, the master liar. I don't know. Maybe I should have been somebody else in a different life because I just was amazing, all this. So we were down at a bar, and it was a Sunday night, a school night, and it was 1 o'clock in the morning. And I was going 98 miles an hour in my car. Yeah, up 95.
At 1 a.m. after being at a
with
bar
five
at 16.
girls in my car. Five girls in my car. This is how corrupt I am.
I can beat that. Keep on trucking.
So I get pulled over, obviously. Not even looking for cops because I think I'm invincible and I just can blow through anything.
Aren't we invincible, right?
So 5 girls in the car, and the car maybe fit 3 because it was a small piece of $300 shit. And I get pulled over, and I said, holy shit, we get pulled over by the cops. And I said, everybody open your mouth. And they said, what are you doing? And I said, everybody open your mouth. I sprayed perfume inside every one of their mouths, inside mine. Hello, young people, wake up. This works. As long as your eyes are not like bloody, bloodshot.
Anything you got.
Yeah, anything you got. Menthol holes or whatever you got.
Whatever it is.
And he's like, do you know you were going 98 miles an hour in a 55 mile an hour zone? And I was like.
But the song was so good that was on.
Yes, it was so good.
Paradise by the Dashboard Light.
Or Madonna. I don't like Madonna.
Madonna.
So, needless to say, stubborn me gets out of my car and starts walking towards the cop car, negotiating my ticket.
Did he make you do like a walking test, drinking test?
He's like, sweetheart, I suggest you get your ass in that car or otherwise I'm taking you to jail. I'm like, duly noted.
All right, Cheryl out.
Duly noted.
Duly noted. Duly noted.
I lost my license for 3 weeks. This is so funny. And then I didn't realize I was driving the wrong 3 weeks and driving the right 3 weeks. So this is me. I couldn't get my shit together. And if freaking cell phones were, Cheryl, you lost your license June 13th through July 7th, but I drove the wrong 3 weeks and didn't drive the right 3 weeks. I'm like, this is my life.
That's hilarious. There weren't 85 messages on text from
reminder,
CVS.
this is when you lose your license.
So I was an early driver. I was a very early driver as well. And I could drive my way out of a box. My first, I have 2 good stories on driving. My first was when I was 13 years old and was driving down the road by myself. My 16-year-old boyfriends, because back then a 13-year-old could date a 16-year-old without the parents knowing.
Yeah, it was legal back then.
You didn't have 360 and all that shit.
Yeah.
And he had a Trans Am with a big spider on the hood. And I was driving it.
But they called that something, didn't they?
Probably.
Yeah, it was like a special Trans Am.
I was probably listening to
Was he like hung?
I did not lose my virginity to him. I was too young.
We always said the guys had those cars. They had small weenuses.
Yeah, just like guys with Porsches now.
Yeah.
It's a confidence thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm driving down the street to the open pantry to pick up a pack of smokes, and my boyfriend's just gave me his car to get there, and I lock eyes with oncoming traffic with my mom driving with my dad and my brother. And I see my brother point at me. And I said, oh, double F-bombs. And so I whipped it in reverse. Did a U-turn, pulled into my street, went past my house, pulled beyond my house. We had a dead end to the other end of the street. Ran up to my house, jumped on the couch, literally like breathing heavy, but panting from running, but pretending I'm sleeping. And I'm in my house. My parents walk in, and my brother's like, "Gotcha!" And I'm like, "What are you What are you talking about?" And my mom's like, "Oh, Eric, you're so dramatic." They had no idea.
They had no clue.
No idea.
He knew.
No idea. And then the second time, similar to yours. I had a lot of bad driving experiences, but the second time, where we grew up, we always had the parties too, and we got busted by the cops all the time. We literally, like, on our screened-in porch had a body mark from someone jumping out of the screen to, like. So my parents were like, "You're not having
Drinking, not thinking.
drinking, not thinking." My parents were like, "You're not having the party." I have a 2-year older brother, and he set the sort of, the path for us to have the parties. So my parents were like, "You're not having the parties anymore." So someone else started having the parties.
Right.
I didn't like her very much. Girls didn't like me very much. Probably because
Were you loose?
No, but jealousy.
Jealous. Because Alana Davis was hot.
No, not hot. Just I like the burnouts, and then I like the football
You
players.
liked everybody.
We had the keg parties.
Yeah.
I liked everybody, and
Yeah.
whatever. I
Were
liked
you
everybody.
most likable in high school?
I was most humorous, actually.
Oh my God, so
Yeah,
was I.
still
My class was 840.
I don't know what mine was, and I literally had no idea that we even voted on it because I blew off school all the time. Anyhow,
Amen to blowing off school.
I don't go to her party. We go to another kid's house and we start drinking, and we're drinking all night and whatever. And we go to leave, and as we're like having our last round of, what are they called? The thing funnels.
Beer bongs.
Beer bongs. As we're having our last beer bong, all these kids come in with their police citations from the party that was, around the corner that we didn't go to. And we're like, dumbass motherfuckers. We didn't get busted. We had a side party. So we're walking out to my best friend's car, still my best friend to this day, Kathy. What's up, Kath? And I said, "Hey, can I drive? I have my junior permit. The thing you get before your license." And she's like, "Yeah." So these two guys.
So that's got to be 15 and a half.
Yeah.
In Pennsylvania.
And these two guys, but it used to be, you could get it at 15 and a half.
Yeah.
So these two guys are like, "Can we catch a ride to our car from the party?" Because it's been a couple hours. I'm like, "Sure." So we're driving them up, and we're driving up this hill, and people are flashing us their high beams. And I'm like, "Hi." I had no idea that meant like something's going on up ahead.
Right.
And we round this corner, and there's like 8 police cars by the house for the party. And he walks up. He's like, "What are you doing, ma'am?" And I said, "Oh, I'm just dropping off some kids that were babysitting, at our house down the road." And they're like, "Well, let me see your license." So I hand them my junior license, and the two guys in the back are big football players, and we had the number 1 football team in the nation at this point. Seriously,
Wow.
So they're like,
Pittsburgh.
"Elena, we cannot get busted.
Right.
We cannot.
Right.
Elena, get the fuck out of here." I'm like, "Okay." So I whip it in reverse.
No, you do not.
Yeah. Whip it in
With
reverse.
the
And
cops there.
It's this big windy road. It's like Montgomery Avenue.
Yeah.
Like big.
Yeah,
windy.
yeah.
And I whip it with the cops there that have my freaking license. Whip in reverse, go like plowing down this windy back road in reverse, go to the side, almost hit the embankment, cut it, and go into this huge
Gully. Yeah.
with a cliff on the other side of the gully. And
No.
we get stuck in the gully.
No.
And the two guys jump out of the back seat and try and push the car.
Is this with your boyfriend's car?
No, my best friend.
Okay.
Trans Am guy's gone.
Okay.
Long gone.
Trans
This is
Am's
2
gone,
years.
yeah.
Yeah, it's 2 years later. Trans Am guy came back when I was 21. I actually thought I was going to marry him.
Okay. That's another story.
Serendipitous. So anyhow, what's up, Dan? So these guys are trying to push us out of the gully, and all of a sudden we see the lights start coming down.
Mofos.
And they're like, "We got to
No.
go." So they left, and they went down the cliff like it was like a steep hill cliff. But I'm talking like a mini ski resort,
Right,
like a
right.
bunny hill cliff. Like that's how big it was.
And you said, "Oh my God, how the hell am I going to get out of here?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my friend's best friend, her car, she's sitting in the car with a case of Coors Light, literally at her
Amen to
feet.
Coors Light.
Amen to Coors Light for Cheryl.
Shirlay.
And she's like, "Just go. Like, I'm already
Yeah,
busted.
I'm already
There's no
busted."
reason why you shouldn't
Yeah.
go." So I jump out of the car, and I jump down the hill, and I'm so pissed off because I'm in my brand new white Esprit shorts
White was back. That was in back then.
and my white
So
Benetton
back.
top with the Benetton. I'm like, this is going to get ruined.
Benetton,
Like,
it doesn't even exist anymore.
all I'm worried about. It's all I'm worried
Did it
about.
have a big rainbow?
Oh, yeah. The big
So
old
they-
Benetton
yeah,
across
yeah, yeah.
and the white shorts. I was so pissed that I'm like, this is going to get dirty. And so I go running down the hill, and the keys to our car in my hand.
No.
Not running, like crawling down because it's this big steep hill.
So you
And
took the keys to the car?
down there, and then I dropped them on accident.
Oh, shit.
And so I'm looking everywhere to find them, and a flashlight goes on me, and I'm like, "Fuck this!" So I ran. Now, of course, we're in a neighborhood where we know a kid on the next block, and I go into that house, and there's like 50 people from the party that are calling their parents from that house. So I call my parents, and I'm like, "Pick me up." They pick me up. You know, we had one of those no questions asked rule things, but whatever. They pick me up.
So they say.
And then it comes.
Yes, so they say.
We drive home, and in front of us is the tow truck with the tow truck driver, my best friend in the middle, and her dad pointing his finger and yelling at her the whole way.
Never again are you allowed to hang out with Alana.
The mother hated me. Hated me. She ended up loving me, but Kathy was not allowed to talk to me for months.
You're the devil.
4 months. So the next day I go to the police station with my parents, and I'm like, hey, can we stop by the police station? I got to grab my license. So I walk in, I said, hi, I'm Elena. Can I grab my license from last night? I left it, I think they have it. And they're like, oh, you're Elena Lochner? Come with us. And I'm like, okay.
Shit. And your parents are outside.
And my parents are outside. And so I walk by this room full of all the football players and everyone that got cited at the party.
No.
And I start flipping them off like, ha ha, you're busted. And I go into a room and there's a guy there and I'm like, do you have my license?
Yeah.
15.
Right.
Do you have my license? He's like, sit down, young lady, go get your parents. You have felony fleeing and eluding.
Oh, shit nuts.
You have felony drinking and driving. All this stuff. I thought
no.
I was out of trouble.
Oh, no.
Ends up I got, whatever. I got out of it. Citation.
Didn't you go in front of the same judge multiple times?
Yeah. Who's at our club? The judge's brother is at our club.
Yeah.
And my dad went in front of him. And my dad was a lawyer.
Yeah.
So they know us very well. Yeah.
Yeah, they were not good children.
No. We made it through the rain. Barry Manilow.
Oh, well, that was a very sad Barry Manilow.
I'm a fan-alow.
I thought you were kind of dying like a bird.
So let's just say I'm not a good driver.
No, and
Neither are you.
Oh, no.
I didn't have 3 people in a car. I had 8 in a Fleetwood
Mac
Mac
that's what I'm saying.
Lincoln.
Normally you should have had 3, but
I
I
know.
had 5
I know.
in a car that should seat 4 tops.
My mom had one of those big-ass Fleetwood Mac Cadillacs.
Don't
and
even
I
talk
had
to
like
me about
12
cars.
of those in there.
Yeah, my parents used to buy these,
Tractors?
that they did.
Exotic
but
bird carriers?
These beat-up minivans and customized minivans, like big-ass pimp mobiles. And that would be our cars because we just would buy $300 or $400 cars and wait for them to break down. And back in the day, you would just leave them on the side of the road because that's what you did. You didn't
And people
care.
would come take them for parts.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it wasn't in my name, so I didn't really care.
God, I wish that still happened. My son just bought a lemon. My husband just bought a lemon for my son.
All right. So,
Bring us home, Cheryl. Bring us back around.
bring us back. So, I never crazy stories growing up.
All right, bring it. Come on.
I think we're going to talk about growing up a little bit. So, Alana Davis. Her name's really Elena, but we call her Alana.
Alana Davis.
Because it's kind of sexier than Elena.
When I'm pissed off at myself on the court, I call myself, God damn it, Alana.
Alana. It's kind of sexy, Alana.
It's what Siri likes me to call me.
Does Siri call you Alana?
She calls me calling Alana Davis.
So, henceforth, I grew up on a crazy ass exotic.
Henceforth is a big word for Shirlay.
Yes, it's a very big word. I grew up on an exotic farm.
I don't even know if she
We'll get into
used it
that in
right.
later episodes because I'm sure you're curious about this crazy ass farm. So we never ate home and
Where'd you eat?
out every day. Either we ordered in or we ate out. That was it.
Every day.
Every stinking day.
Like where?
The diner, you name it. We ate out.
Fast food?
Fast food, yeah. We didn't. My mother didn't cook.
Do you cook?
Of course I cook.
Do you like
it's
to
called
cook?
The Cooking Channel. I enjoy cooking. You know I cook.
I do know you cook.
Yeah. So my mother, she worked but didn't cook.
Huh. My mom too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no cooking.
No.
No cooking. We didn't eat
We
one
get
meal
cold
at home.
Arby's like 5 times a week.
Yeah. Cold. wait a
Cold
minute,
Arby's.
Cold.
Arby's.
Yeah. Or that's nasty.
Well, because it was
I think
next
that's
door.
one of the dirtiest restaurants in America.
My dad was a lawyer at it used to be called Pittsburgh National Bank. Now it's PNC, and Arby's was next door, so we'd get cold, shitty Arby's
Oh,
every
that's
night.
nasty.
God,
Arby's is nasty. So
no, that special sauce is delicious.
yeah, that is. I haven't had Arby's in years. But at any rate, so every once in a while, there might be some cereal in the house, and my older sisters
Might be.
might be, yeah. And milk was never. So if there was happenstance to be cereal, you would have to eat it with water.
Henceforward and happenstance in the same story.
This is getting interesting because the drink is flowing. My English vocabulary gets better and better.
Much better.
I know, isn't it intriguing?
It's very intriguing. Henceforth.
So,
Please carry more forward.
my mother, Dottie, I love you. She died when I was young. But at any rate.
And of course, her name was. Look at Shirley's hair color and tell me you did not think she had a mother called Dottie.
Dottie.
What up, Dottie?
Dottie.
Hey, Dottie.
Dottie. So my two young nephews were at the kitchen table because my sister worked at the farm, which was kind of all adjacent. So we're sitting down.
Drinking or eating dry cereal.
No. We we started hiring housekeepers, and they would eventually go and do like the laundry and the cooking, minuscule cooking, because we really didn't want to cook at home because it's not a good thing. They would buy some milk or orange juice, like necessities. So there was cereal and milk. So my mother sat down with her grandchildren, and I'm sitting at the table, and I think I was in college, and she's like, all right, kiddies, and she was so excited, let's have breakfast together. So she pours in the cereal, and then which we had milk, which was shocking in my house. Chuck will tell you, we never had milk in my house.
Didn't you have cows
we had
to milk?
dead animals in the refrigerator, but never milk. And that is for damn sure. We had emu and ostrich eggs, but no freaking milk. So at any rate, she pours the bowl of cereal, pours the milk, and I'm doing homework on the table, and all of a sudden I'm starting to look over, and this is Cheerios. Like, what are those little brown things floating in the Cheerios? I'm looking over.
No.
All of a sudden, the milk starts turning like a chocolatey cover. I said,
Am I going to
holy
puke?
shit, Mom, that's milk shit in the freaking cereal. What are you doing to my nephews? And she goes, oh my God, it's freaking mouse shit. So she goes, oh my God. And my one nephew goes, I don't mind it, Grandma. This is why I'm corrupt.
Oh my God.
But they ate half the bowl, and I'm doing my work, thinking.
I've got one. I can talk about the JJs, poopies. I can't talk about rodents. And that is disgusting. Dottie!
He literally
Dottie, what the hell were you doing? Jesus.
Oh my God.
Do your nephews remember it to this day?
Oh, they do. But it brings homage to my mother because she was so effed up in the head.
That is so. Oh, we know the answer.
Yes, effed up in the head.
Yeah.
Love her to pieces, but
my God.
She was not a homemaker.
Is this your sister in Florida?
Yeah, the older one.
Yeah.
The older one. And they're 40 and 37. My nephews. Oh my God. Yeah.
That's disgusting.
It's disgusting. But
did you ever tell Chuck that story?
Oh yeah. Well, there's so many stories. His head spins. He grew up in a Joan Cleaver house.
Yeah.
Where he has 100% a freaking Italian mother that dotes on him.
Always milk in the fridge.
Yes.
Always.
Always milk. Never ran out of toilet paper.
My kid does not clean his room.
Yes. None of them do.
Guess what's going to happen? He's a dumper after school. I'm making it happen tomorrow. I'm going to yank it.
How bad is his room?
Bad enough that he should have a poopy without a toilet paper.
It's brilliant. Take out everything in the bathroom, even the hand towels, because they might use that.
Yeah, of course he'd use it. They don't have any sentiment towards that. I'm doing it. I used to put dishes in their bed when they'd leave dishes on their counter.
You know, one time
This is the new one.
I think Jacob was 16.
Well, maybe I did that once, but yeah.
And he was my kids are slobs. I think boys are just slobs in general. I want to meet the boy that's not a slob. So I think it was 16. He had so much shit on his floor, so much trash, Gatorade bottles, water bottles, wrappers, the whole 9 yards.
Like the trash can is right beside you.
Right there. I literally would make their beds every morning. Never anymore.
How old were they when you were doing this?
16.
You were making your kids' beds.
I was drinking the Kool-Aid. So anyway, I made his bed. So I took every piece of trash. This is like 2 weeks worth of trash. was all over his floors, like papers, Gatorade bottles. I literally put them under his sheet.
Good.
And then made his bed. And I
for
literally
you.
sat downstairs and waited.
Dang.
11 o'clock's
Dun,
coming.
dun, dun.
And all I hear is, what the F? What? Who does this? And I said, me.
Mother beep. That
Yeah.
genius.
Yeah,
Did
genius.
they make their bed from, or did they
No,
clean
he
their shit
didn't-
up from
no,
after
but
that?
although he did get a little cleaner.
Okay.
He did get a
All
little
right,
cleaner.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're dirty. They're dirty ones. They are dirt. Like, you know why? Because we do it all for him.
Yeah. I think Shirlay's become quite a slob anymore. Because you know what? I don't care because I'm drinking and not thinking about the best.
thinking.
All right. One more story from you. What you got, baby?
Adult or child? What do you want?
Whatever spins your goat.
Let me think. Let me drink. Hold on.
Oh, wait, I got to go one.
Go ahead.
All right. So another childhood. So getting back to the farm, my parents would have these. I don't know who they hired. There was no back end. There was no HR at the farm. Like it was virtually if they liked them or who wanted to work for back in the day. What was like $6 or $7 an hour.
Yeah.
So they hired this guy to do shipping and receiving. And I think he lied on their home resume because my parents would never call and look at their
References.
Thank you for that. References.
You're welcome, Shirley.
So, any rate, they never took us anywhere. And
They couldn't find you, Cheryl.
Well, that's true. But, I really wanted to be somebody or do something one day. But I had nobody to hold my hand like a normal mother and father. I'm really sorry, Mom and Dad in heaven. But anyway, so this, I had braces when I was like 14.
How'd that go over with the skin flute?
The skin flute. Not very well. There was not a lot of.
So, open your mouth!
So they used to have this guy that they hired, and he was always very peculiar. He had this thick freaking mustache. And I always used to say to them, there's something off with this dude. There's something off with him. I'm really telling you.
Wait, they hired him on the farm.
They hired him on the farm
Okay.
to do shipping and receiving in the
Okay.
back somewhere.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
ask these questions. All I needed was a freaking ride to the orthodontist, of which they never took me for 2 years that I freaking had braces. So, at any rate, this dude would take me every week to the freaking orthodontist.
What was his name? First name. Just give it to us.
I'm not doing that because
Okay.
he's in jail now. But the story is still coming. So I said, I'm telling you, this guy is creepy as shit. Please find another employee to freaking take me to the freaking dentist. So, needless to say, I got the braces off. This dude continuously took me, sat out in the weird ass van that we're in. God help me, this van probably should have had, we give hugs for free because that's what the fuck they did to me. Honest to fuck. I really think that they just set up the whole premise. If it was a Dateline episode, it would have been me.
This sounds like it's going down a Dateline path.
So, anywho,
Puppies for sale.
something, yeah, like, woo, yeah. He left mysteriously. No word, just never showed up one day, never nothing.
So you still have braces on?
No, the braces are finally off after having to. It was like a 20-minute car ride each way back. So
And that's when hitchhiking was in.
and there was no cell phone, so I
Right.
could talk to this guy
Right.
or try to make conversation because obviously I don't shut up. So we're back and forth. I'm like, you're so fucking weird. You're so fucking weird. But anyway, the guy never shows up for work one day. 3 weeks later, doesn't this asshole kill his mother?
What?
Kill
What?
his mother. Yes. I
You
said,
never
I told
told me
you.
this.
I told you these people. Mom, Dad, you're letting this psycho killer
Killed his mother.
killed his mother.
Did you?
Yes.
Did they read about it in the paper or something?
Yes, it was in the freaking paper. We didn't have cell phones back then.
Jesus.
I am honest
Is
to
that
God.
why he's in jail?
He's in jail.
No.
Yeah. I am dead serious. And you know,
well, thank God you're not dead.
that's what I said. And I said, you're trusting all these freaking lunatics to drive your daughter.
All over braces.
All over fucking braces.
But let me see those pearly whites. Let me see those Shirlay whites.
Well, at least they're there.
Not Shirley whites. That is crazy.
That's crazy.
Dottie, what were you
what the
thinking?
freak? Honest to God, they're like, I'm sorry. That's all I got. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but your teeth look really good.
Fuckers.
Parents.
Love them. Only if.
We had some randoms. We had literally randos driving us everywhere, like babysitters. We used to run from our babysitters. We hated them so much. We had a lot.
Yeah.
They'd be like, there go the runners. We were the runners.
They're the runners.
But I look back on my childhood. I loved growing up like that. I would hate growing up with my face in a cell phone. Like, we just made shit happen. It was so fun.
We had a generator happiness.
Oh, my God. It was so... And I just remember, like, I don't know. I remember so many fun times. You said you would crawl out your bedroom window through the tree. Well, I chose to have the floor in the basement next to the family room. The bedroom next to the family room. And I would crawl up and out my window.
Up and out.
Yeah, so there was like an armoire next to my bed, and I'd crawl up and out, and my mom would always bust like my friends coming in the window with like beer.
Could she hear them come in?
No, she could see their feet in the snow. In the snow. We wouldn't even be smart enough to like rub. She'd be like foot in the snow prints. So one time I used to sneak out all the time. Like you at a bar at 1 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. Yeah. I used to sneak out. Like one time I snuck out with my best friend Kathy. Hi again, Kath. And we jumped into her Fleetwood Mac Cadillac.
Fleetwood Mac, what color?
With a case of beer. It was like, she's weird.
What was your beer choice back then?
Anything we could get our hands on.
With low and brown?
No.
No?
What did we drink? Well, we drank a lot of Molson.
Molson? That was a big one.
Yeah.
Bush?
Bush was our beer.
Bush beer?
Bush was our beer, yeah. And we would, one time, I went into a Cadillac and the alarm started going off, so we ran out, dove back in the window. I ran upstairs and said, Mom, someone's breaking in your car. Like, just shit like that we'd pull all the time. We'd go to parties. It was so fun. I remember Red Wine was out at every party. So I snuck back in once from this party on a school night at like 4 a.m. And I sit on my armoire. And from my armoire, I jump onto my bed and I hear, Elena, where have you been? I jumped right into my mother's stomach. You know where I was? According to me, a boyfriend had just broken up with me and I needed to take a walk to clear my head because I couldn't sleep.
Did she buy it?
She bought it. She bought
You're
it.
the best liar like me.
Until about when I was 30. I made her a promise. I'll tell you everything when I'm 30. When I was 30 on my birthday, she's like, I know this. I know this. I know this.
Story.
Yep. So that was
Isn't that the best when you told I could tell my father, my mother was dead, but I told my father all the shit that happened.
All the shit.
Oh my God. He's like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. I said, oh, yes, we did.
I did.
Oh, yes, we did. And
They had no idea.
It was like joyous.
Yeah.
And we used to get the biggest kick out of it.
Oh my God, it was so fun.
Yeah, and like releasing the steam
all of everything you've held in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because God, I told a lot of good stories.
So needless to say, this is why if you got a little bit of a taste of our certifiably nuts, we are certifiably nuts, but we love every minute of it. We drink, we don't think, and...
I love me some Cheryl, and I'm so glad she did this because this is the shit we do off the mic.
All day.
We do it all day. And she had this genius idea to just start recording it.
Yes.
It's funny.
Funny as shit.
Funny.
And I think...
Everyone can relate. I mean, everyone...
Hell yeah.
We're not the only ones that have crazy childhood stories. Everyone does. So, spend a minute,
don't give other people ideas.
Laugh. Just laugh. Life is too short. Laugh.
Laugh.
Love.
Yep. Love.
Live.
Want to go out with the love boat?
Yeah.
The love boat.
Exciting and new. Come aboard. We're expecting you. The love boat. Do-do-do-do-do.
I'll be Julie.
I don't remember the rest. That's my nickname, Jolie McCoy. All right. Thanks, Cheryl.
Love you.
Hope you have me back.
Until next time, thank you everybody for listening.
Cheers,
Appreciate
listeners.
you, and I'll see you next time.
Bye, Shirls.